Hi students, as promised, this is your instructional video on the position essay that will be due Monday, November 2nd by 11:59 p.m. on Blackboard. As you can see, I'm in the modules section of our class, course page on Blackboard. For whatever reason, Blackboard is currently not letting me embed assignments into the modules as I have in the past. Something about the way I set up Module 2 apparently is not allowing me to do that. So, to find the assignment sheet, you'll just simply go to the modules page and scroll down until you see position essay. Okay? It is on your list of things to do this week. So, really watching this video and then going back through the position essay instructions yourself will fill that requirement. Okay, and then of course you need to also read the essay listed here from Visions and Ciphers, as well as the material from Easy Writer. Okay, and I will be posting Journal 6 shortly so that you can work on that. Okay, so for the position essay, for this essay, you will take a position on how the 4 C's demand for Black linguistic justice, which we discussed in class last week, should and or should not impact, change, shape college writing instruction. What are the implications of these demands for real college classrooms? What are potential ways to implement these demands? What are some of the challenges to achieving Black linguistic justice in the college classroom? These are just some questions to get you started. I'm going off script a little bit here. The purpose of this video is for me to sort of fill in what's implied here. These are some questions to get you started. You can think of others on your own, but you want to use these, as I say here, to come up with your own, use these questions and any you come up with on your own to get you started thinking toward a position on this statement. You'll indicate that position in your thesis statement. In support of that thesis statement, or to offer counterpoints you can address, you should cite the statement itself, at least 2 articles from Visions and Ciphers, as well as at least 1 source, this can be scholarly or popular, that you find on your own. All of these should be cited in correct and complete MLA style, both in the body of your essay and on the works cited sheet. Now, you are not going to be able to address the entirety of the statement. My suggestion would be that you go through their numbered demands and choose 1 or 2 to focus on rather than trying to address the entirety of the statement. Okay, so this is where you get to sort of personalize the assignment to issues you're interested in. So if getting rid of what they call eradicationist pedagogies is what speaks to you, then you can focus on that. If you want to focus on the issue of code switching, focus on that, right? But I would encourage you, the scope of this paper, as I'm going to discuss in just a second, is only 4 to 5 pages, so you cannot address the entirety of all the demands. And so what I would encourage you to do is focus in on 1 or 2 and sort of work from there about how you think it should be implemented in the college classroom, or, depending on your perspective, not implemented, or implemented in X, Y, and Z ways. It's sort of up to you how the direction you want to take this assignment. Okay. Important dates. You need to set up an individual conference with me for the week of October 26th in lieu of our regular class meeting. So that week we won't have a synchronous meeting as a whole group. Instead, you will meet with me individually, and I imagine we'll be doing more of this, not instead of class time, just this once we'll be doing it instead of class time, but I imagine we'll be having more sort of individual meetings now that we're getting into some of our bigger assignments. I may start assigning, breakout sessions and that sort of thing, as we had discussed earlier in the semester. Okay, but for that week, for October 26th, sorry for being confusing there. For the week of October 26th, instead of class, you will meet with me, and I'll have a sign-up sheet and all that kind of stuff well in advance of that you'll get. Your essay is due on Blackboard by Monday, November 2nd by 11:59 p.m. This essay is worth 20% of your final grade, so it's your highest stakes essay so far. I will grade it using the attached rubric. Please use the rubric as a guide while you write and revise. And for some reason, does it show you all the rubric? Here we go. Okay. Yes. I highly recommend that you use these rubrics when you're writing so that you can kind of both make sure you're putting the right things in your paper and compare your paper to the rubric once it's already written, you know, to almost kind of grade yourself and see if you have anything missing. Okay, so thesis and argument. I'm going to read you the proficient category, and I will let you on your own work through the competent and novice categories. I'm not in love with these titles. I keep changing what I call them. But roughly speaking, we're talking, you know, A, B, C, D, F. If you want to think about it in terms of grades. Okay, so thesis and argument. The essay has a clear thesis and a sustained argument throughout the essay. The essay contains persuasive examples from both source materials and personal observation or experience that effectively support the writer's thesis. Source integration. In support of the student's assertion, the essay contains the correct number of sources as specified on the assignment sheet. These are successfully integrated and cited according to MLA style. Excuse me. The essay is logically organized into paragraphs, each beginning with an effective topic sentence. The writer uses transitional words and phrases to demonstrate the relationships among ideas and sections of the essay. So we're talking about things like, however, furthermore, additionally, another point to consider, those kinds of things that work as kind of signposts for your reader. In addition to very carefully crafted topic sentences that work almost like mini thesis statements for your paragraphs. If you're not familiar with topic sentences, let me know, and I will provide additional resources on that. MLA, the essay contains correct and complete in-text citations and a works cited page. The essay is written in Times New Roman, size 12 font, double space with 1-inch margins on all sides. And finally, the essay is free from typographical errors and uses standard punctuation. Okay. And then I've also provided you some resources. The Purdue OWL MLA Style Guide, a guide to formatting quotations in MLA style, a source on integrating sources, and I particularly want you to pay attention there to this issue of what they call quote sandwiches. That I think is really helpful for making sure you're not using standalone quotes. That's something I commented on a lot of your essays, and I think this will be helpful to you. Okay, popular versus scholarly sources. I said in my instructions that you have to find one source on your own, and it can be scholarly or popular. If you have not done academic research, I actually would suggest that you go popular. Popular would mean written for a general audience, so newspaper articles, magazine articles, things you can find through Google, right? Scholarly are peer-reviewed academic articles written by experts in the field for experts in the field, and you usually have to go through a library database, such as that on our Howard website, to find those. That is something you will definitely get more instruction on in your more advanced courses. And in fact, I'm going to do something with it with academic research. We're going to dip our toes in that when we revise this essay for the portfolio. But for now, your source that you have to find in addition to those listed here may be scholarly or popular, and that's up to you. And like I said, if you're not familiar with doing scholarly research, I would recommend you stick with popular sources. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this this resource might be helpful to you in figuring out how to find material and what the difference between these two are. And then also in that vein, evaluating sources from the Purdue OWL goes over how to make sure what you're dealing with is reliable and timely and a source you can trust. Okay? As always, let me know if you have questions. That's what I'm here for. And I'm looking forward to reading your essays. I will see you in class. Take care.